What's up, everyone? My name is Les. I also go by Les Lockhart, and welcome to the very first episode of my live and performance with the Ableton series. I'm thrilled to have you here, and big shout out to Patreon and the platform, and big shout out to you as a subscriber, as your contribution will help me create more content, educational videos, and tools for you. So hopefully, um, this will be useful for you. So let's talk about what we'll cover in this episode. We'll kick things off with the basics, the foundations of creating a great live performance, in my opinion. So we'll start off with the introduction of Ableton Live, exploring its interface, settings, and features. Then we'll dive into the settings of your MIDI device. I personally will be using the APC40 MK2, which you can see here. And the reason why I use this device is it's very tactile. So I like having faders with 8 channels, lights corresponding to what's going on in the screen here. And this is actually a little look or preview at how my live performances are set up on Ableton, which we'll get to. Also, there's knobs here at the top. Uh, there's a playback button, record, and session button. And there are, and by the way, all of these are assignable to whatever parameters you want to assign them to. Have some more knobs here. And also, there's a little bit of a bonus feature in Ableton, which is the crossfader feature, which is kind of a hidden feature. So, yeah. So as we set up our MIDI devices and set up Ableton, we'll be also going over audio interfaces to ensure that everything runs smoothly with zero latency. And more importantly, make sure that you have great sound going out of your devices. So now you might have been wondering, what is Ableton and why Ableton? I believe Ableton is a popular choice for live performance and music production because it has an intuitive workflow, powerful features, flexibility for both studio and stage environments. Also, Ableton has a very extensive library of instruments, effects, and samples. Also, robust MIDI capabilities as we're going to explore with our devices. Um, so, as bedroom beat makers, we often don't really think about live performances until we're introduced to it. So going from the comfort of your bedroom to the stage can be a very frightening and daunting task filled with trial and error. But this series will take the guesswork out of the equation and also streamline the process for you. But just like most things, there are pros and cons, especially with Ableton and live performances. In my opinion, one of the biggest pros of using Ableton would be having the maximum control over your music, especially if you already produce music within Ableton. Um, but then you have devices like SP404, SP555, which are great for performance and they're very popular, but they don't offer the same level of control as Ableton. However, it does come with the downside. So you'll need a laptop, an interface, and MIDI controller compared to just one machine for certain setups. Um, but for those who prefer simplicity, that's totally understandable. But if you're willing to get over the setup, the payoff, in my opinion, is very great. So with that said, we'll continue with the introduction to Ableton Live's interface and setting in the next video.